Oh, hi. How's it going? This is the start of a new vlog. My last vlog ended like 10 minutes ago. And if you haven't seen my last vlog and you don't want to, but you want to watch this one, I'll catch you up a little bit. I'll do a quick little recap. So 5 days ago, I had a steroid injection in both of my hips to see if that helps with my pain, and I'm really hoping it does because the last steroid injection I had did help a little bit, but it was a low dose, and they gave me the highest dose this time. I was in a lot of extra pain for 2.5 days afterwards, which is pretty normal, and they did tell me to give it about a week to see if it helps with my pain. So I'm definitely back to base level pain at this point, but it's not better than base level pain. But it hasn't been a week yet. This vlog is going to be chronicling my journey of hopefully my pain getting better over the week. Would love for it to just continue to get better and for me to be able to do stuff like go back to work. I am going to France in a few weeks though with my family, and I feel like it doesn't make much sense to go back to work right before going to France. Also, I definitely think I need to, if my pain goes away, I definitely feel like I need to build up me being able to do things. I can't just be like, oh, I'm not in pain today, so I'll go back to work tomorrow and work a 6-hour shift. No, that sounds like a bad idea. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more activity each day probably, and I'm going to start small and slow so that in a few weeks when we go to France, hopefully I can do stuff at least most of the days. But we are staying like in this villa with this big property and a pool and everything. It's gorgeous. So if there's days that I can't go out because of pain, I at least have somewhere nice that I can hang out and be in pain. I also think going to France would be a good like indicator of how much I can do each day. If I come back from France knowing that I had to take a day off of doing things in between, then I know I can't work 2 days in a row at work. Or if I know how long I was on my feet before I was in too much pain and had to go back or whatever, then it's like I feel like a good indicator that's not going to like leave my workplace high and dry, you know, to be like, oh, I'm just going to come to work, and if I have to leave in 2 hours, too bad, you know? It would be nice to be able to go back to work and know how long I can stay on my feet for. Anyone would like a little update on what I'm watching, reading, playing? Before we get into the vlog, I am currently reading Supernova by Marissa Meyer, which is the third and final book in the Renegades trilogy, which I am enjoying, but I have not been sitting down to read, like, at all the last probably 2 weeks for some reason. I'm not even 100 pages into this book, I don't think. But hopefully I can work on that over this next week. I am currently rewatching Lost. I have not rewatched it before. I've watched it all. Like, I watched it as it came out when it was new, and I have not watched it a second time. Since then, this is my first rewatch, and there's a lot that I don't remember. So a lot of it feels like I'm watching it for the first time, which is so much fun. I am in the second half of season 3. It's so good. My mom and I are also watching The Pit, which is really, really good. It's definitely different pacing than other TV shows, but it's a very realistic medical drama, and each episode takes place over only 1 hour. So the whole season is going to be one shift, which is really cool. Video games, my mom and I just played Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which is a shorter game than Uncharted 4, which my mom and I played together last year. It has some overlapping characters. It was very fun. The gameplay and the puzzles and everything were very similar to that of Uncharted 4. But the story was lacking for me. I didn't find the story very interesting and I didn't care about the characters, but the gameplay was a lot of fun. And then we just started playing Ghost of Tsushima, and it's okay. It's very, very pretty. The cinematography is excellent. The cutscenes are good. The acting's good. The story's okay. I'm not, like, super hooked on the story, but, like, graphics-wise and art-wise, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a fan of the gameplay, and I also am not a fan of the fighting either. It feels very much like a game that has graphics from 2020 or whenever this game came out, and gameplay feels very much like when I'm fighting, it feels very much like a PlayStation 2 game to me. I'm not hooked on it. My mom is, though, so we might have to play it again to see if I like it better. but I don't know, I might not be able to deal with the gameplay enough to get through the story for her. But we'll give it another go. Well, my cat is sick. I'm like ridiculously anxious now because we thought he was gonna die in January. Anyway, he has moved to the couch, which I don't know if that's a good sign. Maybe that's a good sign. I still feel like barfing. Anyway, I have to sleep on the couch because I didn't mention that Gherkin peed all over my bed. But he's on the couch and he's so sweet. Oh. No, I can put my legs around him. Update on me and my cat. I guess my cat is still sick. He is better than he was last night, but he is still sick. He has been sleeping since last night. He has woken up a couple times and looked outside, and I got him to eat a little bit of boiled chicken, and drink some water from a little syringe. But he's just still sleeping, but he doesn't like cry when you touch his belly or anything anymore. So that's good. He's had this happen twice before recently, and both times I took him to the vet. I took him to two different vets because the first vet I took him to was super not helpful and charged me $700. And then the next time it happened, I took him to a different vet, which did charge me less. They're like, just to see the cat fee was much lower even than the other vet, but they also were not very helpful. And so I was like, I'm not going to take him to the vet again for them to charge me money and for him to be scared and stressed and for them to not do anything. So the last time he was sick, we changed all his food to much healthier food and his treats to natural treats. And we just very recently, like in the last week, I think, maybe week and a half, started reintroducing not natural treats, but like slightly more healthy than like your regular like Friskies treats. And so that might be what it is. He might need just the all natural. We're about to attempt to bathe Gherkin because he peed all over my bed last night and was sitting in it. And so he was covered in pee. And he's like washed himself, but he still smells like pee, and everything he sits on, it smells like pee. So Gherkin did super well with getting bathed, which is good. We had to get him a new pillow, and I'm devastated because they did not have any Pokemon pillows left at Walmart, which is so annoying because literally the last time we were at Walmart, the same Pokemon pillow was there, and we were like, oh, good to know. If we ever need to get him a new one, they still have the same ones. And they don't anymore, so now it's just a plain purple one. And I'm, like, devastated. I shouldn't be, but I am. Good news, though, is that my pain is definitely less intense. Gherkin is doing better. He's still not 100%, but he's definitely better. He just asked for supper, so that's good. So I just gave him some plain boiled chicken, so it's easier on his stomach. My hips are also doing pretty good. I'm sorry that pretty much this vlog so far has just been me talking at the camera. Hopefully after today it will be better. It just was hard with Gherkin being sick. It was very stressful. It was a very stressful 24 hours for us. But last night there was lots of bending down and going back and forth, and I was feeling it for sure. Today I did a lot of it as well, and I was feeling it much less, which is good. We also went for a walk down the apartment corridor about 2 hours ago. He asked to, so that's a good sign. And that was totally fine for me, walking as well. Like, I wasn't walking quickly or anything, but it didn't hurt. So sitting is still not fun. Bending down and stuff is still not fun, but it's, like, less intense. And so far, standing is fine. I haven't, like, stood for a long period of time, but, like, I stood, like, to boil Gherkin's chicken and stuff like that. And it was fine, so... One thing that's funny though, the backs of my thighs are really sore. I guess over the last 24 hours I have been using those muscles and haven't used them in a very long time. So that's interesting. I'm actually, my last steroid shot that I had in October, I remember my butt muscles, like my glutes or whatever, I remember being really sore. From like walking probably. So that's good that I'm like doing things more than I have been able to do. Like last night I definitely was feeling
the movements that I was doing. But it wasn't, like, unbearable, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, ugh, I need to lie down now. But, like, I didn't need to put heat on or anything like that, like I have been doing. And today has been much better. Sitting is still uncomfortable, but it's more bearable. I would like sitting to just be normal. That is probably the most frustrating thing, is not being able to sit. Because everyone's always like, oh, like, get a wheelchair. And I'm like, well, that hurts too. Oh, it's huge. Okay. Let's see if he can get up on his own.
Do you like it, Gherkin? It's super fluffy compared to the other one. Like, this one's bulky, eh? But it's cozy. Is it cozier? Aw, isn't that nice? It's so big. All right, I am going to the bookstore to pick up a book that I ordered a while ago. What's going on here? And just as like an experiment to see how long I can walk for and stand for without it hurting too much. I just had a conversation with one of my neighbors outside for a little while. And I definitely am aware that I've been standing like in my hips. But it's definitely not as bad as it was before my injection. So that's good, but I would like it to be better than that. I feel like I need to compare if this injection is doing a better job than my last one. Okay, so I am around the corner from the bookstore. I was in the bookstore for about an hour talking, because my friend owns the bookstore and she was working. And my left hip feels totally fine. My right hip is achy, but I could still walk back to my car completely normally. So this is good. Okay, update on Gherkin. He is a little bit better than he was yesterday. He is still not eating all of his food, but he is eating some of it, and he's excited about it when I give it to him. He slept with me all night. I wrote some TikToks this morning, so I'm gonna film some TikTok skits. So they're gonna be really fast because there's only 2 characters in all 3 of them, and they're just sitting on the couch. So I'll probably be able to film it in half an hour. I just filmed. It didn't take me long at all. And I was sitting cross-legged for it, and my hips are sore and stiff. And I wasn't sitting for very long. I'm going to my friend's house so that we can play The Last of Us. This is a Fruit Loop chocolate from a very fancy chocolate paste place somewhere in Calgary. Oh my god.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is there an actual Fruit Loop in it?
There's little pieces.
I like the authenticity.
Anyway, I think I'm going to do a Zelda stream on Twitch. And I think I might just try and sit for it. Gherkin's feeling better, by the way.
I just added Mio to my fizzy water. I hope it's good. I usually just drink my fizzy water plain, on its own. And my Mio with regular, not fizzy water. I also don't put a lot in. I don't like my drinks to be super flavorful. Okay, let's try it. It's delicious. It's like Mio Pop.
So it has been almost 2 weeks since my shot, and it definitely has made a difference, for sure, with walking and standing. I don't feel like it's really made a difference with sitting, crouching, or anything that requires strength, like lifting or pushing or dealing with anything heavy or something that requires using my core muscles. So last night, I did a bunch of dishes, and then I slept on my side all night, and I was a little sore this morning, as I normally am when I sleep on my side all night, and then I immediately tidied my room and picked up a whole bunch of things off my floor, which required a lot of bending down and getting up and bending down, and then I've been sore all day. But, as you did see earlier in my video, I was able to do some walking. I went to go get Mr. Sub for me and my mom, and that was fine. It just was achy. But then, as the day progressed, the area in my like lower abdomen / groin area that gets very pinchy and sharp, and was the first spot that I started feeling pain, that is feeling pinchy and sharp. Probably from all my bending down and everything. Standing and walking is fine, even when I'm a little sore, which is great. I haven't walked a lot. I don't think France is going to be that fun for me. I mean, it's going to be more fun than it would have been if I didn't have this shot, for sure, but I definitely am not going to be able to participate in all of the things that my stepmom has planned. Unfortunately, I can tell right now, I will not be able to, like, we're supposed to go canoeing. I'm not going to be able to go canoeing. I don't know what else we're doing. I think everything else just requires walking, but if there's, like, steep climbing involved, I don't think I'll be able to do that either. So it has made a difference, and I feel like it has made more of a difference than my last injection that I had that was a very small dose. But anyway, I'm not going to do another update vlog on my pain because I don't think I'll have time to edit it or anything before I go to France. But hopefully it just still gets a little bit better, because steroid shots can take like multiple weeks to take their full effect, especially if you have a lot of inflammation. So it is possible that it is still going to get a little bit better from here. It's possible that it won't, but it's possible that it will.
Also, here's my understanding of why it is helping but not helping completely, is that steroid shots reduce inflammation. So they're helping with pain that is caused by inflammation. They're not helping with the pain that is caused by the thing that's causing the inflammation. You know what I mean? So, like, there's clearly something wrong that is making my hips inflamed and then making them hurt even more. So it's helping with that extra pain that is happening from the inflammation. But whatever is wrong with my hips, it's not helping that. That thing is still happening. Right? That makes sense, right? I'm not a doctor, but I feel like that makes sense to me. Anyway, I do have some videos planned that I do plan on filming over the next couple of days that I'm going to have scheduled to go up. So I still am going to have videos going up when I'm away. So look out for that. They're not just God of War videos. I am going to have God of War playthrough videos going up, but I am also going to have other videos that are not God of War related. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you another time.